Welcome to the Victory Formation Lounge podcast, a pro football concentrated podcast that discusses NFL games week to week.
What up, y'all?
Yo.
No LL, but we lounging. Anyway.
I'm gonna just go ahead and
we
start.
halfway through the season.
I'm gonna say fuck
Fellas.
Instagram because apparently they
Fellas.
monitor your chats now.
Do they really?
Yeah, I just got a message. I can't send a message for 3 days because I sent something inappropriate in the chat.
I got something earlier yesterday or something that said, "Oh, please tell us about your Instagram experience" or some nonsense.
Wait, but our message is supposed to be private?
Yeah.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Ain't nothing private, dude.
But welcome back. It's week 8. We're halfway through the season. Oh, look who decided to. Oh, the lone wolf is back. Get the brooms. I can't with this guy, dog.
He only showed up so he could clown.
Oh my gosh, get the brooms out for real.
Nah, I had to come in distress, but it's all good.
Oh, ladies and
Sometimes
gentlemen,
you
we're in
need
the
that.
lounge. It's week 8. We're halfway through the season. What a season it's been.
Oh God.
I'm Tony with the Indianapolis Colts trying to bounce back from a robbery. And fellas, let them know who you is.
Oh, it's Minos with the Niners who've been playing like dog shit.
Oops, that's okay.
John Commanders.
Also dog shit.
Yeah. I still got my hat though.
Still repping.
At least that one's Commanders colors, not Niners colors.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah,
it's almost like
that was better.
I know you've seen that meme where it's like, y'all were with us when we were like 3-14. Don't be with us when we go 4-13 or something.
Quavo, why don't you
Kwaku, Philadelphia Eagles, get the brooms out. Sunday coming to FedEx Field. Nah, it's not. It's gonna be a tough game, but
are you going?
yeah. I wish I was. I hate going to FedEx Field. One of my close friends are going though.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll go right into your game since the two of you are going to squabble.
We squabbling now.
Squabble.
Teach your man how to squabble.
Squabble.
Word to Snowfall.
Squabble. Yo, I never saw that show, man. I need to watch that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Same here, man.
Yes,
Same
you do.
here.
Yes,
I'm deep into the Power universe still.
Oh yeah. I gotta catch up on the Tommy one. I haven't started that yet.
I never did watch. I haven't seen book 3 yet, but I'm caught up on Tommy. Like, bro, bro. He could tell me something that happened in like season 1 of Power, bro. Like,
Yeah.
episode 3.
I don't know
5
how he
minutes
has that
in.
memory. He has like
So
crazy
like,
memory.
I need to like if I don't know something that's happening, like if I forget,
Yeah, he'll
yo,
remember.
it's crazy.
He'll remember for sure. But anyway, the Eagles are at the Commanders this week. Nice division game. Eagles at top of that division. Had a close call when the Commanders visited them in Philadelphia. Both teams have kind of gone in 2 different directions since. But as they say in soccer or football, division rivalries, form goes out the window. It's all about they come to play. So, how y'all? I guess we'll start with you, Kwaku, since you're the division leader. How you feel about this game?
Honestly, like you said, it is a division game. It's if you talk about any given Sunday, that's pretty much what we talk about here. You know, Washington, and they just lost a game against the Giants. So I mean, they're definitely gonna come in swinging, especially on defense. I mean, I got to give it to Washington. They have like probably besides the Eagles, they have one of the best run stop defenses in the league, and I think I've said that for like a couple of seasons now. Like we tend to struggle with the run against them. Our offensive line, they seem to be getting to a certain type of rhythm now. I
I
mean, the
think
Jets
Swift played
game,
okay in the last matchup, though, didn't he?
he did play okay. I mean, he didn't score a touchdown. I mean, obviously everything went
AJ Brown.
through AJ Brown. I mean, AJ Brown was a beast. Dallas is also starting to get used in the game
Yeah.
more now. So like you're seeing the passing game open up. Smitty got a couple of touches this last game, compared to like the Giants and for some reason he tends to play very well against Washington. So I can see them going in the air a lot. Jalen, I mean, I don't know. That last interception probably could have thrown the ball a little higher. I don't want to say it was all on him because it was a batter ball, and batter balls can go in any direction. I mean, I think his play improved a little bit going against Miami. So I could see him have a pretty good game. I could see them throw the ball quite a bit. On the defensive side, too, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Sean Desai. I don't know if it's him or if it's just the plays that he has. Because, like, with JG, honestly, we could all say it was the plays that he had because look at what's going on in Arizona. Desai is able to make adjustments. Like, when they go into the halftime, you see a completely different team compared to what you have in the beginning. Reddick is getting to form. Jalen Carter just keeps disrupting. I could probably see him being defensive rookie of the year. The secondary, we had the big trade for Bayard. I mean, even though he hasn't done a lot this season in terms of interceptions, I could see him gelling well with the defense in the back end. Linebackers are surprisingly good. I mean, they tend to attack. It's hard to run it. Washington played very well on offense, running against us in Philly. I mean, I got to say. We'll see how the game goes. If I had to pick, I think it's going to be a close game, but I have to go with the Eagles. I would say 38-30. And the tush push is probably going to score twice. We're going to get them twice.
Green tushies.
Yeah.
John, how you feel?
So it's tough because, like, division game. Same thing. Like we always play the Eagles stuff. It's just, man, we're just stuck in neutral. So, like, I never know which team's gonna show up.
Yeah.
Like I could absolutely see. Like, all right. So look at the last two games at FedEx Field. We've been outscored like 77 to like 20. So, like, I don't know, man. At some point, we're going to just be so deflated in, like, the locker room problems that we're just going to lay down, dude. So I could see a tough game, man, but I could also see, like, 40-10, something bad. Like, we don't – and honestly, like, I'm going to be mad when that happens because, like, I have, like, me and her, we had some epic rants after that Giants loss. We're tired of it too, man. We're like Jonathan Allen, bro. So we actually need that, man, because, like, this whole picking 15, 16 every year because we're mediocre, bro, and we ain't drafting the right people. So I know it's beating a dead horse. Like, we need to clean house I'm actually hoping that we just keep losing so we can get rid of Ron. I hope he needs to go like mid-season. So beating the Eagles is not going to do us any favors, man. It's not like we're not going to go if we make the playoffs, we ain't going on a run. So like, I can absolutely see us beating the Eagles, but I could also see us losing by 30 points. There's no way to know which team's going to show up. I have no idea. I really don't, man. Sam seems to play every other game is good for him. He cannot ever put together back-to-back consistent games. Yeah, he's young. I get it. But he doesn't have, like, it's not like what tutelage is he even under right now? Like, when you get a guy like Mahomes, for example, like, maybe that's a bad example. Obviously, Sam Howell's not Mahomes, but these quarterbacks sat under someone else and learned. So who is teaching him the ropes of the NFL?
Yeah.
At least with, I mean, I don't know. It's just so, I want to see us win the game, man. It's not going to do us any favors. Again, we're stuck in neutral, and I don't know which team's going to show up. I really, really don't. I hope the players are pissed off. Y'all should be really mad right now. Jonathan Allen, like, he's one of the best defensive players in the NFL. If he's not happy, there's a problem.
Goes a long way. Yeah, it goes a long way.
It does.
Yeah.
Like, if you think, like, the game I went to, like I said, yeah, we beat Atlanta, but Sam Howell played terrible in the second half. And if you take away those key interceptions that we had, defense didn't really play that great. I mean, yeah, they only gave up 16 points, but like, just so many things we need to fix, man. Winning a game against the Eagles in week 8 is not going to do any favors for us. But this season's not over either. So, like, yeah, maybe you could get things together, but I don't. You don't fix an offensive line in week 8 just like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this thing could get really ugly. And maybe it needs to, because, like when we went to the playoffs in 2020, we had a great team as far as defensively. I'm not going to say we had a great team. Like, we had Taylor Hunt. That was just a special run that we went on that came to an end in Tampa. That didn't do us any favors either. Because, like, if we make the playoffs, like, what are we going to keep Ron now? Like, so, it's ugly. It's ugly, fellas.
You can make the playoffs and still not keep him.
What is your score? What is your score prediction?
Bro, I'm picking.
What's your score prediction for this one?
We're gonna get blown out. It's gonna be 40 to 10.
I'm saying 28-6. Eagles.
40 to 10.
How do you feel about Bieniemy? I mean,
He's
hearing stuff about him.
What? I do. But the problem with Bieniemy is, me and Herb have been talking about this. Like, he's not calling the plays that suit Sam's talents right now. You're dropping him back all these times. You know that he's not capable of making the right reads. You're not running the right plays for how young he is. So he's not Patrick Mahomes, man. Like, I love EB, I do, man, but this is not the right scheme for him. Something, because guys are going out 10 yards, 15 yards. They ain't open. He's just going to get dropped 100 times this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this is not the same team that the Chiefs had. But I also know that he's a great coach. This guy was coaching Adrian Peterson when he ran for 2095 or whatever he had that year. I mean, he knows what he's doing. So,
the funny
I don't want to
thing?
give up on him.
Fun fact about Eric Bieniemy: when I started watching football, the first time I took notice of him, he was actually in the league. He was playing for the Eagles.
Yeah, hey, yo, Naeem told me he met him after a game, right?
Yeah. He did, actually. He actually told me that story too. But yeah, I remember Naeem used to, like, cry, "We got Bieniemy, he's our backup," because he used to be Deuce Staley's backup when Deuce was young.
Yeah.
Those days. But yeah, that's funny. But I second you, like, because the Colts are in a similar situation, but very, very different circumstance, right? In that, like, for us, like, a lot of our fans are like, why we're not quite there yet? We should want to lose so we can get a good pick. But I feel like that is not the right way to think where we are now, because we actually have a pretty good, like,
nucleus
structure, nucleus, and, like, you want to start a winning culture. So you want to win, but even if you don't make the playoffs, it's a culture started. As opposed to you guys, I think you it's in your better interest to get rid of Ron, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like in that case, what you're saying, winning doesn't do you any favors, right? Because if you want to get rid of Ron, you would want a good pick to come in with whoever you're going to hire next. Now, if it's Bieniemy, on that flip side, if Bieniemy is going to be your next coach, you will want Bieniemy. You want to see improvement in how Bieniemy calls plays, how Bieniemy adjusts to the team's strengths. These little things you want to look for to see if he's the right man to take the wheel the following season. So I don't know what the new ownership is looking at as far as who's going to take the wheel next. But if they're planning on Bieniemy taking the wheel and they're looking towards moving on from Ron at the end of the season or whatever it is, if they've decided that Bieniemy is the guy, then it's in the best interest for the team that Bieniemy improves from game to game. Like he sees the line isn't good, he adjusts shorter passes, mix the runs, misdirections, rollouts, those kind of things. You look for these kind of things. If he's going out with Ron, then fuck it, lose. It doesn't matter what he does, right? So I feel you.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't see Bieniemy got brought in under. I believe he was part of the new regime's plan. He's not part of the Dan Snyder thing, as far as I understand. So, like, we need to create a culture where people want to come here. Like the Eagles have, man. Like, y'all making trades mid-season to boost y'all up to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody coming to Washington, bro.
No.
Like, if we trade anybody, we're going to be trading away our best players and bringing in some young scrubs.
There has to be an incentive, like something that there has to be a spark that people are like, wow, yeah, I can see this potentially going somewhere, right? So
taxes are high here too, so that's probably like RG3 said. It's like
but it's also lit.
Who is it that was talking about how the players had to pay taxes in each state? Do you mean us?
I think it was quick.
I think they pay tax in each state they play in and their home. So if you have a game in like San Francisco, you're paying
California
the
State.
thing is
California State
think about it on the flip side though, Kweku. Like suppose y'all, you 6-1 right now. So even if y'all did lose to Washington, like or lose to us, like you wouldn't be happy about it. That might boost y'all even more to figure out what went wrong. And then you go on some crazy run. Like it is a division game. Anything possible.
After losing to the Browns.
Honestly, though, if we lost to, it would suck because I live here. But if we lost to Washington, I'll be okay with it because I have to play the Cowboys next week, and I hope Ibo Fallon is on this pod next week. We got to play the Cowboys right after.
Yo, that's got to be the Sunday night game, I'm guessing.
That's a Sunday. It's a 4:25 unless they flex it. The Sunday night game is when we go to Dallas in December.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an afternoon game.
But they can start flexing games like soon, can't they?
I think
they better not flex this motherfucker. I'm tired of
part of me has a feeling they might. But
I think it's around week 10 when they start flexing.
Yeah, they can't flex it because usually you have to flex it 2 weeks out.
Yeah, it's like usually around week 10.
Yeah, so they can't even flex it. It's 4:25, so it's a 4:25 game. But yeah, so even if we lost this and like the run you're talking about, that will be because it will suck for us to win this, and then the Cowboys lose against the Rams, which is possible. Yeah, they're gonna have momentum because as much as nobody wants to look forward to that game, I guarantee you, the Dallas locker room, the Eagles locker room. They're probably not looking at this game. They're looking at that game.
Of course.
That's true.
Yeah. Micah is already talking a lot of stuff about Eagles. He's looking forward to that game.
Yeah. I mean, and also they're closest to you in the division, right? So you want eyeing that game, of course.
And they're coming off a bye, and I think they're going out west, right? Yeah. They play in.
No. They're staying at home. They're still in home.
Oh, okay.
They're staying home. LA's coming to them.
Okay. Yeah. But honestly, if the new regime sees the enemy as a potential candidate to be the next head coach, then in reality, the rest of this season is an evaluation
Yeah.
It's like an evaluation interview for him the whole time. So
I think that's what it is because like he controls mainly the offense.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's
So
what it is, and
exactly. So you want to
I'm
see.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Go.
So you want to see how he adjusts, because if he can adjust things to the offense according to his personnel, it speaks well for him as far as adjusting things as a head coach to learn from the mistakes, try to correct them. Don't be predictable. But as of now, it looks like he's very predictable. So in these next 8 weeks, it's huge for him to establish himself as a potential candidate like they originally
And
planned.
it's almost like all our players are auditioning for other teams, probably because
100%.
It's going to be a chop and block.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Scary Terry, like I don't want to stay here.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't throwing me the ball.
Yeah.
So,
but you guys may not even have it, depending on how your record is at the end of the season. You may even be going for a new quarterback, especially if it's Bieniemy, because he's probably because somehow it's not his guy.
No.
So any head coach, unless they have like a premier quarterback that's playing or a quarterback that just got drafted a year ago, they're gonna want to have their person in the building.
Yep, that's the same problem we had with Shanahan and Jay Gruden, RG3, Kirk Cousins. Like RG3 was always Shanahan's guy.
Yeah.
No, I thought RG3 was Snyder's guy.
RG3 was
he was Snyder's guy, but Shanahan never wanted Kirk Cousins. I don't think he wanted Cousins, right? Or he didn't want RG3. It was one way or the other.
He didn't want RG3. Shanahan wanted Cousins.
Actually, Kyle Shanahan told this story last week. They were going to set up to go get Russell Wilson. And then when the Seahawks took Russell Wilson, that's when Mike Shanahan came to Kyle and said, "You still like that Cousins guy, right?" Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Yeah, but we got RG3." And he's like, "No, we're taking him." And that's how they got him.
Russell Wilson.
Their original plan was to go for Russell Wilson in the
I think I do remember hearing that.
Yeah, because that draft was kind of weird. Like you pick RG3 in the first round, and then you pick Cousins in the fourth. I'm like, what the heck? How you gonna pick two quarterbacks?
So really, I mean, I guess it boils down to the ownership. Well, I mean, I will say that like, we have new GMs like Martin Mayhew, like all these guys in there that I don't know who they are, what their track record is. Can we get somebody in there that knows what they're doing, please?
They're gonna clean house. I mean, like Magic said. I mean, I don't know
funny,
how
Magic
is gonna be with the ownership, but
if they pick in the top 10, they're definitely picking a quarterback. I'm pretty sure of that.
There's gonna be a quarterback, and there's a lot of good quarterbacks this year. So I can see a top 10. I can see them trading up.
You know how it goes. There's always, I mean, even with the drafts where there's supposedly a lot of good quarterbacks, there's only going to be like 3 or 4 of them that will pan out, and everybody else will either be mediocre or just fizzle out. So
and you even see somebody.
Ideally, you want them to pick in the top 5 if they're gearing for a quarterback. So
Arizona
usually the top 5,
picks.
at least 2 of them are going to hit. So it's an interesting one to watch going forward these last 8 games. So it's 9 games because we're 17 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
but it's like, bro, it's like being in an abusive relationship.
Yeah,
you get so high on your team, you're high-fiving at a game, and then you feel so low after a game like the Giants game, bro. You just want to like rip your jersey up.
I can imagine. That's why this year I don't have any expectations, but I'm enjoying it. So, like,
I mean, look, last week was rough for y'all, but like, you have so much promise.
Yeah.
Hope.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Richardson's got a good head on his shoulders. You got, you figured out the JT thing, and you already know, like, while we were on the podcast last night, I saw the alert from about Thursday, how the NFL said
they messed up.
They admitted their mistakes. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So it's just I hate when that happens, man. Come on.
Yeah. That potentially could cost us in a case where we're like close to getting the playoffs, because that's an AFC.
What's your record right now?
3-4.
Yeah,
But we
so
went
you're
from
you're in the mix.
yeah, I think we dropped from like 7th or 8th to 11th with that loss in the AFC. So
Yeah, but you could still. What are you in? Probably in second place in the division.
yeah. So, yeah, it's interesting to see. We'll see how it goes. But as far as your game, I don't think I gave a score. Man, 31. 17. 31-17 Eagles. I think you're definitely going to be close to 20 just because it's a division game, but I still think it's going to be just too many inconsistencies. If the enemy comes and scripts something that favors the weakness of the line, shortens passes, does misdirections and things like that, I think you got a shot to keep it at least, competitive. But there's just too many uncertainties with them that I can't really see them winning this game. But in anything, like I said, I always say every week, stranger things happen in this league, so you never know. But yeah.
It's almost like fantasy though, because it's always like regression to the mean. Something is always going to return to what it usually is. And so if you're a good team, like the Eagles, like the 49ers, like the Chiefs, more or less, there might be any given Sunday, you're going to return to what you do.
What you do best.
You know what I'm saying?
Do well.
So,
yeah. Anyway, the Saints are visiting Indianapolis, both 3-4. Interesting game, given where we are. I'm going to be monitoring our, health, because last week we were missing our starting right tackle. I think he still isn't practicing. So if he's not practicing by Thursday, I know he's out. So that will be something to look for. But I think the biggest concern for me is the injured cornerback 1. I think he's going to miss this game. He hurt his quad, so I think he's going to miss at least a game or two. The problem is the backup is trash, and this is why the Browns were picking on him. So they need to figure out something. Either the pressure on Carr is great or consistent throughout the game, or they're definitely going to have some success passing. So I'm pretty sure they're going to pick on him, just like the Browns did late in that game. So
let me ask you this: how do you guys do against active running backs, pass catching?
We're actually catching. You mean like pass catching backs? That's a good question.
This is tough, bro. Like, he's dumping off. Not that they're really doing much on the backs, but he's dumping so many times off the air.
We've done well against Etienne for the most part. The only thing now is we're missing our second best defensive lineman, Grover Stewart, who was suspended for PEDs. So
we got suspended?
Yeah, he got suspended for PEDs. So last week was the first game we didn't have him. Luckily, the Browns didn't take advantage. We still played pretty well against the run. That's only because Ford got injured in the game, so he left. But we signed a defensive tackle, just like a beefy one, to fill out that void. So it's gonna be interesting to monitor. But generally speaking, consistently, the last couple of years we've been pretty decent against running backs, and that not named Derrick Henry in the past. So it'll be something. But that's a great point. It'll be interesting to watch. We have very speedy linebackers, so that helps as well. But I mean, Kamara is he's a different beast when it comes to pass catching running back. So that'll be interesting to monitor, because if we can take him out the game, it's going to force Carr to pass to like receivers. So that's a great point.
Michael Thomas is actually having I'm not going to say good, but every
better
game
than normal.
He'll get 5
better
for
than
63.
Normal. Yeah. So usually by
It's
now
good to see him back.
Yeah, usually by now he's on IR.
I know.
Yeah. So we can build some momentum off that last game, especially offensively. I want to see us to protect the ball better because, like, as well as Gardner Minshew's playing as a backup, he turns the ball over a lot. So that has to improve. Yeah, that has to improve because the Saints have a decent defense. It's not great, but they're decent. They also
can't really run on them that well, but
yeah, exactly. So it'll be interesting to watch. They don't have a Myles Garrett, so that's good. But it'll be interesting to see. It's at home. There's gonna be the stadium is gonna be rocking. So I hope we win. I think we will, but I think it's gonna be close, just given the current state of our injuries. Jelani Wood still isn't back, but they say he's close. I don't think he's gonna play this game. So the more weapons we get, the better. But I think with the establishment of those two running backs now going forward, and like they're probably going to try and get Pittman involved more in this game. And Josh Downs has been a matchup problem for a lot of teams lately. The line is playing pretty damn well. So with the exception of the injury of the right tackle, I don't know how they're going to capitalize on it. I know Myles Garrett feasted on that last game. But yeah, we'll see. I think it's going to be one of those like 28-24 type of games. I think we edge it out just because we're home, but stranger things have happened. I just want us to be competitive and just keep consistently getting better as the season goes, to the point where like we're not really a fear team, but at the same time, teams pay attention when they play us. It's not an easy check on the dub column when you play us this year. So yeah, but what do you guys reckon this game is going to be like?
Man, I'll be on a plane. I don't know.
Are you going to the wedding this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Atlanta, right?
Nah, this one's in Tryon, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Duncan is getting married.
Who?
I think it's going to come down to.
You remember Duncan from the Beckham game?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
He would get married on the day that there's a Clasico though. Fucking Barcelona fan.
Don't get mad, bro. Don't get mad. Get even. You guys are doing okay. You're leading the league, so you should be fine.
Yeah, I think this game's going to come down to the running backs for some reason.
Yeah, I think so.
JT's probably going to struggle against the Saints front, but it doesn't mean he can't be active in the passing game. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be a toss-up, man. Like I say, you always play weird games, bro.
Yeah, we're one of those up and down, very, very.
You win, you win games that people don't think you're going to win. Lose games that people think you're going to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the game, I don't remember. Did you pick y'all to beat the Ravens? Can't remember.
No, I didn't.
None of us did.
No.
Yeah. And it's like
I picked us to beat the Rams, and the Rams won that game. So like,
yeah. It was so hard, bro. Like it's such a toss up because I don't think Derek Carr he's not good.
Yeah.
Your defense does what y'all do. I think he's gonna have a rough day. He's gonna dump it off to Kamara a million times anyway. So. But I like y'all. In this game. I can't really pick the score because it could be something weird like 19-18 or something.
I'm going 18-12 Colts.
Yeah, I like y'all at home, so
all field goals, no touchdowns.
I think we'll continue to break the 20 margin, or at least tap it.
Saints miss a field goal because they got a rookie.
Yeah,
do they have a rookie?
Yeah, they do because they traded Lutz or whatever his name is.
Let's not talk about rookie kickers missing. All right.
Oh my gosh, Peter, you're funny, man. But yeah.
So that means y'all run through the South this year, then, right?
Yeah.
You already play the Falcons?
No, this is our first Southern game.
Okay.
So then I think we're gonna go on a run after this. So like I think after these guys we play the Panthers, and then maybe they inject in between one of those games. They inject the Texans or something like that. But yeah, we're about to be on a run for the South
Are you guys locked in with Frank? You got Frank right? Or he's on the Panthers. I can't remember who you
Yeah,
have.
he's on the Panthers.
They got a different German name guy this time.
Oh, you got Steichen.
Yeah.
Steichen.
Yep. So Arike is on the hot seat already. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're 0-6. Is it 6?
He's not even calling plays anymore.
Really?
No.
Yeah, he had to handle.
Boy, was I wrong about Bryce Young, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know much about him in college, but I know he was good.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just going to take him some time to develop. I don't know.
I heard they wanted Stroud,
Stroud.
but the owner wanted Bryce.
I like Stroud a lot, man. I like the way he carries himself. I really do.
I knew he was gonna be cold. I thought he was gonna come
Houston
out.
didn't want Stroud. I thought they wanted more. If they had it their way, they probably would have gone for Bryce.
Who, Houston?
Yeah, or they were still on board with because D'Amico's an Alabama guy, Bryce is an Alabama guy, but anyway. Yeah, as much as I want to pick the Saints, I feel like the Colts are gonna win at home. If Binchu doesn't throw any picks or fumble the ball.
Fumble the ball, right?
Yeah.
He has more fumbles this year in his last 4 or 5 games that Manning had in a span of 4 seasons, consecutive seasons. Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a fumbling issue in Philly. Like his last season there.
Oh, he did? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When we played the Saints, it was bad. He even threw a pick 6.
I see.
And the thing with him too is this. Yeah, Minshew. And the thing, I mean, he played well against Dallas last year, but the thing about him, which was interesting, was he was always throwing to his left. I'm like, dude, what about your right? And he was predictable. Like you could just tell where the ball was going.
Yeah. Sometimes he has that deer in headlights syndrome, but for the most part, when he gets in rhythm, he can be dangerous.
Yeah,
because he's good at. Yeah.
But think about it though. If you look at his career, like he's kind of just like he's a journeyman quarterback who was an exciting guy, like almost like Jeremy Lin situation with the Knicks, who came in. He was the cool guy with the headband. He kind of led Jacksonville to some wins. Like, is he really? What is he?
He's a very good backup. He's not a starter.
Right.
That's really what he is. He's an above average backup. So like, you know how usually if your starting quarterback gets hurt, the backup is probably not going to win you a game or two. He's a backup that can win you a game or two, but like to start the whole season, nah, he's not the guy. Yeah,
he's more.
It's like Nick Foles came in and threw 6 touchdowns, bro. Like,
and he won a Super Bowl.
That too.
Yeah, he's kind of that Nick Foles mode, like exceptional backup that you would like to have on your team, but as a starter, if he has to play more than like 5 games or 6 games in a row, nah.
That's Nick Foles for you, but I mean, I'm still grateful he won that Super Bowl.
I can't believe he won that. He won that in convincing fashion too, because didn't he have like 500 something yards passing? Like,
yeah, he was going off. Like those last 2 games, he was going off. Anyway.
Anyway,
moving on.
Move on to the next game. Ninos, how you feeling, man? Quarterback out.
Well, they say he could still possibly make the game, but who knows? But it probably came from that QB sneak that he did, where like the linebacker just missiled him right in the head. It was after that he couldn't complete a pass and threw both picks. So maybe that had something to do with it. That last interception, that was just crazy. I was like, where the fuck he throwing it to, bro?
He missed any games since he's been like the official starter? I can't remember.
I mean, he's started every game since he's been a starter, but he hasn't finished one game. A pretty important one at that.
Who do y'all play this week?
Cincinnati.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it's already today. Shanahan has pretty much said Steve Wilkes knows he fucked up that call at the end of the half. And
so many words.
it's the same. I mean, everybody's been saying it with Steve Wilkes, man. It's like, yo, even Nick Bosa said it. He's like, I'm used to just rushing with 4 of us and running stunts and twists, but we're not doing that. And I mean, you can even see it. I mean, my DBs are getting exposed because we can't get to the quarterback. Hufanga has been neutralized. He hasn't done shit in the last couple weeks because he's trying to chase down every other motherfucker. And Steve Wilkes, I mean, the first 3-4 weeks was basically calling similar defenses to D'Amico, with the exception of the front 4 and running the twists and the stunts like he used to get people open. Because like every single play, Nick Bosa is getting hit by the tight end and the tackle. I mean, he can't get free. Well, the way D'Amico used to handle that, he would stutter step Nick Bosa, then Armstead would cut left, and Bosa would go right around the middle, right past the center of that who wasn't even looking. Figure that shit out, Steve. Bum.
How long has he been your coordinator?
This season.
Just the season, okay.
So I heard something this
because
morning.
D'Amico got hired, so he replaced D'Amico. Yeah.
And before that, we had Saleh for 4 years.
Saleh was gangster too. Yeah.
And D'Amico was from Saleh.
Yeah.
So I was listening to fantasy radio this morning, and they were talking about the Manning cast from your game, and I guess Peyton was just talking about when Bosa ran off the field. He said something like, "All right, go, like throw it long." Pretty sure they threw it long and on the next play. You know, because everything changes when Bosa's off the field. So
yeah, I mean, we've always rotated our guys on the line, and we always have capable dudes. But and in this game, you could clearly see that we were rotating more than normal because that turf. I mean, Nick Bosa hates that turf.
Yeah.
But like going into this week, man, I mean, if we can't get to Joe Burrow, our secondary is going to get lit the fuck up.
Their line is not as they still have a bad. Is their line still trouble like it was a couple years ago?
Well, here's the thing, though, man. Everybody plays us like it's their Super Bowl, man. I mean, we had 65 yards rushing against the Vikings, and the Eagles had damn near 300.
Yeah.
I mean, the Vikings didn't all of a sudden get better players. They just can't play that day.
I just don't understand it, man.
But like. The thing's going to be simple. I mean, if Joe Burrow has time to pick us apart, he's going to pick us apart. And the last couple of weeks, our defense hasn't been making tackles. We haven't been filling the right gaps. I mean, we've been getting gashed on the running game, which is not something that's happened in the last 5 years.
It's normal, yeah.
And like, we forced one fucking punt last week, and that's still more than sacks that we had. So. Like I'm saying, if we can't get to them to give the offense more opportunities, I can see us losing a third straight. Yeah, it's at home, but still.
It seems like a bad matchup to have a get right game.
Yes.
If you're going against Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow,
maybe we need something like that to get hype for a game.
It's true.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I was talking to my brother about, he's like, "Oh, I'll probably sit Joe Burrow this week." I'm like, "Well, why would you do that? Like, San Fran's having some trouble on defense, so like, yeah, you could shut Burrow down, but he might feast at this very moment, or try to. Like, Chase is probably going to get off, but everybody else might not. Like, if Addison, good rookie guy, like there was some trouble on Monday, so maybe Chase gets his man." So,
yeah,
tough.
We'll see. I mean, the defense needs to tighten up, man. I mean, all these missed tackles.
Yeah.
The interception that we should have had at the end of the half, the not being able to get off the field. I mean, our defense played so many minutes, and then it forced Brock Purdy to try to, play hero ball at the end. And then hopefully we get Trent Williams back this week, because God damn, I mean,
yeah,
Jalen Moore, man, he is not panning out as a pick. So
he's a rookie right now.
No, it's his third year. But I mean, he can fill in spot duty here and there, but he's not Trent Williams that takes up two pass rushers.
I'll never forgive us for getting.
What's your prediction for this one?
You know what? I see the Bengals winning it, 24-18.
You guys are at home?
Yeah, but we also have Sam Darnold slated to start right now, too.
Oh, my God. I forgot about that.
He's going to try and prove himself.
Man.
Lego head. Big Lego head.
Fucking Sam Darnold.
The thing about him, though, he can scramble. So if shit hits the fan, he can run.
I will say this. If Trey would have just stood still, I bet you Kyle would have let him start this game.
Yeah. The protocols.
Yeah, he just went in it today. I mean, they said that Purdy started feeling kind of dizzy and nauseous on the plane ride home.
I would say so. All right. So if y'all lose this game, it's not the worst case scenario division wise. I mean, if I'm y'all, it's too early in the season to have like a damn if you lose, like your season's fucked up kind of situation. So
no, but 5-3 and 6-2 are very, very different, man.
Definitely.
Especially when those three were in a row. So can't lose 3 in a row.
But what happens if? Well, I guess this would only have fantasy implications if somebody starts Brock Purdy. But suppose he plays and he gets bent, he gets hit, and then he has to leave the field or whatever.
How is the Bengals defense?
I have no idea. I haven't watched.
They got playmakers, but I don't know where they're at as far as rankings and stuff.
If they're like mediocre, you still have a shot to win this game.
Of course, the defensive front though.
Look at the number of quarterbacks that are playing this year that are like scrubs, like backups. Of course, they have a chance to win this game. Like even without Debo, bro, like McCaffrey could absolutely get off. So,
pause.
Quick, what were you saying? You said they're fraud.
I'm seeing more their defensive front, but like the back end,
it's fraudulent, huh?
Kind of suspect.
I bet you got to remember we also still don't have Debo this game.
Yeah, so that's good. That bodes well for them because they're probably going to end up running a bit more.
And the thing is, I'm shocked that we didn't run one. We ran one tight end sweep for a first down, and that was it. And Ronnie Bell didn't get a play in, which shocked me. And
that was weird.
Ray got a couple passes at him, but like Ray is the quick dude. Running out the back like what you would do Debo. That's what I was shocked at.
You know what was weird is like IU caught 5 passes in like the first half, and I don't think he really got anything the rest of the game, right?
No, he didn't.
The kid is the kid from SMU out for the year or just half of it?
Who?
The wide receiver.
Oh, Danny Gray. He's still on IR.
Is he going to play this year or you don't know?
I have no idea, man.
Yeah, that's interesting because he's a good player. He's a good player.
He's fast shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is tough because the Bengals are starting to get things together a little bit. I mean, I know they just had a bye week, but it could be ugly either way. Honestly, it could go either way ugly.
What do you have? What are you picking?
Who, me?
You already picked her. You said what?
Yeah.
What do you pick?
28.
I have to agree, bro. Like I
4-18 Bengals.
I can see the Bengals.
18?
I can see the Bengals.
You think the Bengals gonna win, John?
27 or something.
They're coming off a bye, right? Or they played last week?
Yeah, they're coming off a bye.
Yeah, dog.
Because the Bengals on paper have been a Super Bowl team for a few years now. They got guys that can play. Like Mixon's having a really bad year, but they can. I mean, you got to think about it, man. They have generally the same squad that just went to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They can play.
The Niners.
Minos, who do you have? You still going with the Niners?
No, I said Bengals.
No, sorry, Kwaku. I meant Kwaku.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Niners.
What do you think the score is going to look
It's
like?
at home. I don't know. It's probably going to be like 2017.
Okay.
Something. They're going to run the heck out of that ball. Their defense they play well at Candlestick. They're going to play. They're going to come ready to play.
1988 rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Boomer.
Yeah, I'm still going with the Niners too. Actually, I'm going with the upset. The Bengals should win, but I'm going with the Niners. Just I think they're mad.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking better be.
I think it's gonna be more along the lines of a 24-21 type of game, or 24-22.
Moody. Game-winning kick from Moody.
Was that?
Yeah. Okay.
Game-winning kick from Moody.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Yeah. So we got next game with the others now because we've gone through all our games. Buccaneers at the Bills.
Bills.
Bills, yeah.
Yeah.
Falcons.
Bucks.
What, you got the Bucks?
Bucks.
Okay. Damn, Creeks, that's how you feel?
Baker Mayfield.
That's wild, but I feel you.
It's in Tampa.
Motherfucker looks like he's in witness protection.
Is in Tampa, and the thing is this: they are going against. The Bills don't have any corners going against those two. Whew, good luck.
Yeah.
Who, Mike Evans and Godwin?
Yeah. You know what? Against them, good luck.
Evans is having a really good year, man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know what he does, but not without. I don't know. Baker Mayfield is better than I thought this year. I'm not going to say in general. Tampa Bay is the Falcons are in first right now after beating them.
That's actually the next game I'm about to go into. The Falcons are at the Titans.
Ooh. At?
Yeah.
I'm taking.
I'm taking the Falcons too. The Titans are in full sell mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Derrick
sure.
Henry.
We're talking about Derrick Henry going to the Cowboys. I'm like, I hope
Yeah,
it doesn't
man.
happen.
Come on, bro. That might actually help Pollard, though.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, I got the
Go back and
Falcons
go
on
get
that.
Zeke.
I can see the Falcons. I think they're going to start running Algier even more, like more. Like out of Arthur Smith's punchable mouth.
What
The
was
Jaguars?
the deal with B.J. Robinson?
Yeah, I think if
Bijan.
he doesn't have if he doesn't have a migraine, I think they win this pretty handily.
Migraine.
Yeah, but so the Jaguars are at the Steelers. I got the Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Your dog. What you guys got?
You know, Kenny Pickett is on pace to throw 4.5 touchdowns this year.
Damn. I felt like he had a good game in the last one though.
How many does he have? One touchdown to George Pickens, and that's
I think that's it. Yeah, and everything else has been like rushing touchdowns here and there. Yeah, I think they're going to. They might trade for a guy next year because I don't think they're going to pick that high quarterback. Yeah, I don't think they're going to pick high enough to get a quarterback.
But who wants to go there?
Yeah,
Sam Darnold,
Russell Wilson,
Trubisky.
Oh yeah, he said Russell Wilson.
Mason Rudolph.
Nah, man, Russell Wilson, man. Tomlin would not take that motherfucker.
That's why he's not
get his bitch ass out of here. Believe Sierra.
It's two Virginia. They're both from Virginia.
Yeah.
Hey, no.
He is from Virginia.
We from the 757.
Yeah.
Russell's from the rich part of Richmond. Look at it. He from Chesterfield.
Isn't Tomlin from Bad News?
Huh?
Yeah.
From
Newport News.
Yeah, but Tomlin went to my high school and college.
That's where Michael Vick's from, right? Newport News, you said?
Yep.
Yeah. That's
AI's from Hampton, ain't he?
Nah, he's from Newport News.
He's from Newport News.
Yeah, they grow up together. Yeah, AI and Vic are friends.
Aaron Brooks as well. A bunch of them came from.
Oh, Aaron Brooks?
A bunch,
yeah.
Basketball player?
No, the former Saints quarterback from the late 90s.
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, yeah, and there's somebody else, too.
Cam Chancellor.
Yeah. The corner that used to play for the Wizards. So the Wizards for the Commanders that was drafted by the Falcons is from there too.
Shit, Antoine Bethea.
Antoine Bethea was from there as well.
Yeah,
But,
nice.
To the wide receiver for the
cornerback that used to play for y'all, John. Shit.
Don't forget about
Springs?
No. The other one.
Sean Springs, though, is from down there. And don't forget about Ronald Curry.
Forget his name, dog. He was drafted by the Falcons in the first round, and then you all.
Talking about LeBron Landry? No, he's a
No.
Isn't Jennings from there?
He ended up being a pundit on TV. Oh, shoot. He went to Virginia Tech.
Oh,
D'Angelo
man.
Hall.
D'Angelo Hall. He's from there
Yeah.
too. He's from there too.
This
Yeah.
guy isn't Jennings from there too? Was it Greg Jennings?
Okay.
He used to play
is
for
he?
the Packers, the wide receiver. Yeah,
No
I didn't
idea
know
about
that.
him.
I didn't know that.
He's probably from somewhere in Virginia. I don't know.
Anyway, the Jets are the Giants, or whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it.
Literally, everybody drives to.
Hey, that's a 3-3. That
That
game is going to be 3-3, man.
I'm going with the Giants. I'm going with the Jets. Though.
I'm going with the Jets.
I'm going with the Jets too.
Oh, even though I do like Tyrod, but
Hey,
Patriots.
he played well.
Yeah. Patriots at the Fins with both teams having inverse records.
I like Miami to blow him out.
Fins, right?
It's gonna be Miami too.
even when the Patriots were better than the Dolphins, they could still never win down there.
I know.
Yeah, you remember that Kenny and Drake game, bro, where he scored that miracle touchdown?
I think the last game they won there was
He was
until
wrong trying to make the tackle. He was running. That was hilarious. Rams at the Cowboys.
Rams.
I got the Cowboys just because
I can never pick Dallas to win any game ever.
Just look, if the Rams had Williams at running back, I think they have a shot. But with him gone, I'm not convinced.
Hey, I'm gonna make a crazy prediction, bro. Y'all might laugh at this. I think Dak is gonna have a good second half of the season.
But yeah, you won't pick the Cowboys?
No, I hate Dallas.
Dak is going to come with exceptions.
I hate the Cowboys too, but I think the Cowboys beat the Rams this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
all they got to do is neutralize the Pikachu.
Yeah,
I just need the Cowboys to win because the Eagles will be all up, and then we'll just dish it to them the next week. So I'm picking the Cowboys.
Nah, man, I think y'all gonna split Dallas this year.
I think so.
Oh, we will probably. We're probably going to win this, and then they're going to take that one. Even though I have some bets out there, hope we sweep them, but I don't think it's going to happen.
It's tough, man. Did y'all sweep the division? The only loss was us, right?
No, the only people we swept was the division.
Yeah,
5-2. The only people we swept was the Giants, and then we took care of them in the playoffs.
Texans at the Panthers. I got the Texans.
Texans.
Yeah.
Texans.
I think that one's pretty easy.
Vikings at the Packers. Vikings.
Oh boy.
Vikings. The way the Vikings played this last weekend, yeah.
Browns at the Seahawks. I'm going with the Seahawks.
Brown. Oh man.
John's been ruled out already. Like it matters anyway.
I'm going to take the Seahawks too.
He's gonna retire. He needs to retire.
Yeah. Seriously.
I'll take the Seahawks. I'll take the Seahawks.
As much as you hate them, you got
rainy city bitch pigeons.
Then we got the Chiefs at the Broncos. The Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Oh, dude.
Ravens at Cardinals. I think the Ravens win that.
Yep.
Bears at Chargers. This is a tricky game.
Well, they got a dude named Zagent or whatever.
Bagel.
Oh, the quarterback, because Fields is hurt.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Chargers, man. I mean, if the Chargers lose this game, they gotta fire Brandon Staley.
Damn, but that's like, isn't this his first year?
It's his third.
Oh, it's his third.
Why is
I feel like they change coaches every other year.
Dude,
listen, I could not stand to see Anthony Lynn on the sideline scowling anymore.
I know, right?
Anthony Lynn is on my sidelines coaching up my running backs.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Yep, we've had him the last 2 years now.
Me neither. Raiders at the Lions.
Lions got to bounce back.
That's
It
ugly.
should be a bounce back game for the Lions.
Lions
I like
got to
Detroit.
bounce back.
For me, it's the countdown for McDaniels to get the scissors, the axe, the can, whatever you want
Think
to call
so?
it, man.
Scissors.
Yeah.
Who comes in then? Who comes in?
The
I'm
scissors.
gonna
I
take
don't
the
know, but
Lions
he's
too.
not a head coach. He's a good coordinator. That's it.
They bring back Gruden.
Yo, he was
I'm
trash with the
I'm
Broncos.
so happy we didn't
Yeah, he was
hire
trash
him.
with the Broncos. Yeah,
I'm so happy we
he
didn't hire him.
was
We
this
almost
close
hired him.
becoming our head coach. It was a blessing in disguise, man.
Oh my gosh.
Even the Eagles, like it was between him and Nick Sirianni. Like Nick Sirianni just came out of the woodworks. Like literally, Josh McDaniels flew to West Palm Beach to go sit in Jeffrey Lurie's mansion to do that interview. I'm like, damn, they about to hire this dude.
Yeah,
Sirianni's
he dodged the bullet, bro. Trust me, dodged the bullet.
He's a terrible coach. He's definitely not.
The run of the mill Belichick disciple. They all trash.
Yeah,
He can't.
the only one I think that
get
is
it.
good is Vrabel. That's been a decent coach to me. The rest of them have just
Brian
all.
Brian Flores isn't awful. But
He was okay.
shot.
He was okay. Yeah, Brian Flores.
Where's he at now? He's a coordinator where?
I think he's been
Minnesota.
blackballed. I think he's been blackballed after what he said.
No, he's a defensive coordinator with the Vikings.
I mean, as a
Yeah,
head
but he's not going to get a head coach.
No wonder they
I don't
suck.
think he's ever going to be a head coach again, though. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Quickly, I don't think he's ever going to be a head coach
I
again.
don't think so. Why did you do that, dude?
Yeah. So
Even
Was it
Wilkes is probably not going to because he was involved in the lawsuit.
Romeo Crennel. Remember him?
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
So
Romeo
him and
Crennel.
Charlie Weiss were the two fattest coordinators I had ever seen in my life.
He was the oldest coach in NFL history.
Who Crennel?
Yeah, when he was with
Oh
Houston.
wow, I
Remember?
didn't know that. You know
He was
who's
74, maybe?
You know who's which is the coach that is crazy, or even assistant, whatever you want to call it. That just is wild to me that he's still coaching and does a great job at his offensive team.
Pete Carroll.
Tom Moore.
Oh,
He's
with the Saints.
He's not. I think he's with still with the Pan. He's with the Buccaneers. He came as a coordinator consultant but he was there with BA, Bruce Arians. But that was Peyton Manning's offensive coordinator for the longest time.
You know what? He came up with
80s.
Tom Moore.
Was that?
I'm reading the book about the Bucks season. So when they won with Arians, and so talking about his past, he came in with Tom Moore back in the 80s.
Because Arians used to be a quarterback coach when Manning was a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was y'all coach for a minute, right?
He was an assistant coach. He was a quarterback coach, and then I think the Browns hired him as a coordinator, and then he got fired.
I like him.
Then he landed,
to the Steelers for a few years.
Yeah, then he went to the Steelers, and then he came to us as a coordinator. And then that was the year that Chuck Pagano had the cancer. So he became acting coach, and then he got the gig with Arizona for a bit.
Chuck Pagano, bro. All right, listen, this is Chuck Pagano right here. When they asked him a question, he's like, "Oh yeah, I just got to put my nose to the grindstone." And
he was a terrible coach. My God.
He wasn't that bad, was he?
He was bad. He was Andrew
That
Luck.
was Andrew Luck's rookie
saved him
season.
so many years. It was Andrew Luck that was literally carrying us.
Andrew Luck and him having cancer kept his job.
Yes. Because he was that bad.
Bro, that's probably one of the reasons why my brother doesn't want us to fire Ron Rivera. He beat cancer, and that's great, bro. But
he's not a good.
we're here to win
good coach. He's not a good coach.
Oh. Did you hear about the Bill Belichick rumor? He ain't coming to no Washington, bro. There's no way. We don't want him.
He just signed a 3-year extension with the Patriots over the summer.
So how long until if they have a bad season, you think Kraft is going to fire him though?
No.
Bill Belichick is not getting fired. He's going to retire.
He's going to retire when he passes Don Shula's record.
How far off is he?
Well, he just won number 300, so where's Shula at?
He's probably close. I think Shula's at 321 or something weird.
328. Damn, that's a Bill.
That's
how many years?
More than 3 years. Yeah. Unless he goes and gets a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, Mac Jones has to be on a short leash. Come on.
He probably is. I won't be surprised if he doesn't pick up his 5th-year option.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. It's Anyway, fellas, week 8 is upon us. Another good pod in the books. We check back in next week to see how these games came, and we and saw and conquered and all of the above.
Let's hope there's some conquering.
Yeah. So, obviously, the two of you guys will be here to discuss your game. It's probably the game of the week since amongst us, so that should be interesting. And for the preview, we'll see if we can have Abel on here so he can holler at my man over here. Because is Dallas next? The Dallas is next, right? Okay, so yeah, let's not get too ahead of us because we still have Washington to face. So, but anyway, everybody, thank you for watching. Circulate, like, subscribe, share, all of the above. Love always, be safe, and like that, we is gone.